Let's talk about that brilliant idea you have for a board game. You know the one. Maybe it's sketched out on a napkin, maybe it's just living in your head, but you're stuck. Well, today we're diving into a tool called Tabletop Creator, and it's designed to fix that exact problem, to help you leap across that huge gap between a cool concept and, again, people can actually play.
You know the feeling, right? You get this flash of genius, the perfect game mechanic, and you just have to scribble it down. But then, what's next? How do you actually turn that drawing into real cards, real tiles, something you can sit down and play with? That's the wall where so many amazing ideas just stop.
And really, this is the heart of the problem. That journey from a great idea to a working prototype can feel like trying to cross a canyon. It's full of all the boring stuff. Fiddling with graphic design, fighting with formatting, and making a million tiny changes that just drain all your creative energy.
And that's exactly where Tabletop Creator comes into the picture. It's a tool built from the ground up to help you get over that hurdle and make the whole process a lot less painful.
So what is it really?
Well, think of it as a digital workshop just for your game. The whole point is to be a one-stop shop for designing your components, prototyping them, and then getting them ready for playtesting, whether you're doing that online or at your kitchen table.
That's the big promise anyway. But how does it actually work? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the key features inside this thing. Everything's really built around four main ideas. You've got these flexible panels that let you build your game parts with images, text, whatever you need. Then there's the blueprint editor, and trust me, this is the real engine of the whole thing. There's also a collection manager to keep all your stuff organized, and finally, a super simple export system. But let's zoom in on the most important one. Okay, the blueprint editor, this is where the magic really happens. See, instead of designing 50 different cards one by one, you just design one perfect template, your blueprint. Then boom, you can generate all 50 cards from that template. But the real power comes when you need to make a change. Let's say you want to move an icon. You just change it once on the blueprint, and every single one of your 50 cards updates instantly. That's not just a time saver, that's freedom to experiment without wanting to tear your hair out.
So once your design is looking good, you've got two ways you can go. You can hit a button and get a print-and-play PDF, all set up with cut marks, ready for your printer. Or you can export all your graphics to use in a digital space like Tabletop Simulator. Having both of these options is a huge plus, because it lets you test your game however works best for you.
All right, that all sounds pretty great. But what's the reality of using it? We decided to dig into the reviews and see what actual game designers are saying about it. Now, before we get into the praise and the criticism, there's a really important piece of context you need to have. This software is still in early access. That means it's not finished. It's still being actively developed, and knowing that really helps make sense of the feedback.
When you look at what people are saying, a pretty clear story starts to form. Everyone loves how intuitive it is and how ridiculously fast you can prototype with it. But on the flip side, you can definitely see those early access growing pains. Big features for more complex games, like importing data from a spreadsheet, just aren't there yet. And people are also asking for better digital integration and more custom shapes.
I mean, this quote right here says it all. The fact that you can realistically go from just an idea to a playable prototype in less than an hour, that is a total game changer. It just lowers that barrier to entry so much and lets you focus on what's important, finding out if your game is actually fun. But of course, it's not perfect.
And this comment here points to what is by far the biggest complaint right now. For anyone designing a really complex game with tons of cards, being able to manage all that data in a spreadsheet is an absolute must-have. Its absence is a real sticking point for a lot of power users.
So, what's the bottom line from users? Well, the general feeling is that this software has massive potential, but it's not quite there yet. The digital export works, sure, but getting it into something like Tabletop Simulator is still a pretty slow manual job. Even with that, though, almost everyone agrees that the interface is just a breath of fresh air compared to the clunky old tools they're used to.
All right, let's bring it all home. We've heard the promises, we've seen the user feedback, so is this the right tool for you?
Here's the final takeaway. In its current state, Tabletop Creator is an absolute champion at one specific thing: rapid prototyping. If your #1 goal is to churn out different versions of a game, especially a card-based one, to test your ideas quickly, this tool could be a massive boost to your workflow.
Oh, and here's a little practical tip. If you're on the fence about the price, you might want to keep an eye out. Historically, this thing has gone on sale for about 20% off during big Steam sales, so a little patience could definitely save you some cash. So in the end, it really all boils down to a question you need to ask yourself. Is that incredible power for rapid prototyping what you need right now to get your idea off the ground? Or is your project complex enough that you really need to wait for those big features, like spreadsheet support, to be added down the road? The answer to that will tell you everything you need to know.